Hello and welcome to WJTS in.form. Well, there is a program that's been going on at Southridge High School that's a terrific learning experience, but it's also a good little fundraiser for the Future Farmers of America chapter at Southridge. And joining us in the studio is the president of the Southridge FFA, and that is Elizabeth Brinkman. Elizabeth is also the district reporter. Also joining us is Sydney Altmeyer, and Sydney is a first-year member of FFA, and next year you will be the chaplain for your chapter?
Yes.
Okay. Ladies, welcome to the show.
Thanks.
Well, what we're going to talk about is a plant sale that the FFA has put on at Southridge High School for years, as we all know. Tell me about the purpose of having this plant sale. We'll start with you, Liz.
Okay, the plant sale is actually produced by our horticulture class. They grow all the plants and that kind of thing. And then all the money goes back towards the greenhouse and helps, pay to recover the greenhouse, the water, the fertilizer, soil, all that kind of stuff. It just kind of helps keep the program going.
Okay, and then does the FFA receive any money as a fundraiser?
We can. We usually don't. It depends on how much we raise because the money we try to keep it back into the greenhouse because it does take so much funds. Okay. But sometimes if the FFA is going to do something with the greenhouse plants, we'll take money from the greenhouse to do that.
Okay. That is so cool that the school itself, the class itself, raises the plants that you're going to be selling next week. Yeah. Okay. Now, Sydney, you are in the horticulture class.
Yes.
Which is really not associated with FFA. It's just that you guys are, I guess, the conduit for selling it.
Yeah. Advisor and everything. Yeah.
So what kind of plants are going to be for sale at the Southridge High School FFA/horticulture class sale?
We have a wide variety. We have from petunias to Boston ferns, Mothers of Millions, which is a really interesting looking plant.
I've never heard of it. Mothers of Millions?
Yes, it's literally millions.
Flowers or?
No, there's leaves and there's little seeds that hang off the leaves, and then they'll fall into the soil and grow more plants. So it literally grows millions of more plants.
A bunch of little babies in her soil right underneath her. We also have Gerber daisies, geraniums. Our vegetables, we have a lot of tomatoes, Early Girl, Beef Master, Jetstar, and Juliet, and Celebrity. We also have some peppers in there too. New Guinea Impatiens, Dusty Millers, Marigolds, if anyone likes those. I know my aunt does a lot. So
I am told that marigolds are good to plant around your garden because it keeps bugs.
See, I always heard that too, and then we joined the class and they told us that it doesn't actually do any good, but it's still kind of like old wives' tale superstition, so we still plant them around ours.
That's awesome. Okay, go on with some more plants.
We have 4-inch vincas, 4-inch coleus, begonias, asparagus ferns, all kinds of things.
And really, I think almost all of these are annuals, right?
Yeah, some of them are perennials. There's not a whole lot. A lot of them are houseplants, so you would keep them inside so they would continue to grow, but yeah, most of them are annuals.
Okay, and so when the horticulture class grows these, you got to have a pretty big greenhouse at Southridge High School.
We do have a big greenhouse. It's pretty decent size.
Yeah.
I forget how big it is now, but it's absolutely full to the max. Like we cannot fit any more plants in there right now.
Yes.
Sometimes we actually don't have enough room a couple times. We've had to make kids take their plants home early so we had enough room for all the plants we needed to sell.
Okay.
But yeah.
What sort of price are we looking on these plants?
They're ranging from $1 to $10 is the most expensive.
Probably the ferns are $10.
Yes, the Boston ferns. They're the largest plant. They're in 10-inch hanging pots, so yeah, they're the $10 ones.
Okay, so it's a hanging fern, ready to go with the chain thing, ready to go. Okay.
The vegetables are actually 50 cents, so those are a little cheaper. But
whoops.
Yeah.
Oh, that's some great prices. Yeah. Will you sell out?
Hopefully, we've sold out, and sometimes we sell out of a couple things right away, and then we have some stuff for a long, long time, and then sometimes we sell out of everything right away. So it just kind of depends. We do have longer hours this year, so we may sell out of them quicker.
Okay, now let's talk about the days and the hours that you will have the sale. What day? It's running Monday through Friday, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And what times?
8 o'clock in the morning till 8 p.m. at night. From about 8 till 3, we'll have school, so there'll be students and teachers in and out of the greenhouse and that kind of thing. But after about 4 o'clock, it'll just be people in there to sell the plants, so you can come in whenever.
Okay, cash, I guess, is that what you want?
Yeah, cash or check, either one.
Now, where is the greenhouse? If you're coming to Southridge High School, where do you go to get the?
It'll be back behind, kind of by the football field. It'll be towards the road.
It's a separate drive.
Yeah.
There's one way to get into the teacher's parking lot through the regular parking lot, but you have to go, like if you're coming from Jasper, you would go to the intersection with the stoplight, turn right and down that road, and then
You'll
it's
pass
like,
one driveway that goes into our parking lot, and down another drive, and past that there's another driveway.
It kind of goes to the football field.
Yeah, it kinda
used
looks-
to go straight through.
Yeah,
didn't it?
it looks like it goes to the football field, and it'll be the first drive. Will take you to the ag building, and then from there, it's right behind it. Is the
Okay,
greenhouse.
will there be signs?
There should be signs, I think.
there should be signs.
If not, it's a good idea, right?
Yeah.
If you see a lot of school buses, because the school bus is kind of parked
Parked
back there, you're in the right place.
Okay.
And you can always stop and ask. Most of the teachers and students will know where it is. If you just ask for the greenhouse or the tech building, we'll know.
I guess this idea of growing the plants and selling the plants there's a learning process as part of that.
Yeah.
What are things that you're learning from that?
We learned a lot, actually. Like, you wouldn't think, it's just growing plants, that kind of thing. But we learn a lot about the disease control, what it takes to grow a good plant, fertilizers, what plants need, the water, the difference between, like, arid and tropical plants and that kind of stuff. We learn a lot about growing them.
Okay, and so the FFA is helping to sell these. Tell me about the FFA chapter at Southridge High School. How many students are in it? Do you have to me, my impression would be, okay, you got to be a farmer because it's the future farmers of America. I'm sure it's ag-based. What are some things about the FFA?
Well, first, actually, it doesn't stand for Future Farmers of America anymore.
It doesn't?
No, it's just FFA alone, because we had so many kids that were like, oh, I'm not a farmer, I can't be in it.
Okay.
And that's not how it works. It's a lot about leadership, actually. Like, you think it would be very agricultural, but it is, but it's more leadership and preparing you for life. And at Southridge, I'm trying to remember how many members we have. I feel like we have close to 50, 60 members. It used to be really strong. Then we tried to make it more of concentrated on getting them active instead of just being in it. So then we lost some members in that process. But we're trying to grow it back up and get more people interested and active.
What does somebody do if they want to be a member? And I guess really this goes for any high school, because all the high schools have FFA chapters. What do you do? Is there dues?
The easiest way is to be in an agriculture class, because usually the teacher of the agriculture class will be the advisor, and that way you can know all the things. They can get you paperwork easier, like you have to fill out forms to go to certain things and to be a part of certain competitions. Of course, you have to have parent permission. To be involved, you have to be willing to put the time in and the effort, and it's really not that awfully binding. I wouldn't say it's not like you have to donate your blood so they know your blood type. I mean, it's a club, and you just have to enjoy it and be willing to be a part of it.
You do have to pay dues, and dues vary on chapter. For us, I think our dues are like $15 because our FFA chapter covers a lot of it.
Okay.
But that includes your T-shirt and all of your dues, and you're a national member and all that kind of stuff. Then you have to pay for your jacket if you decide to get one, but you can always just borrow one from your chapter and that kind of thing. And you don't
and the
have to wear it.
jackets are really cool because they always have a big emblem on the
Yeah.
back as well. And that's a neat idea because when you see a jacket, you know it's FFA.
Yeah.
Which now I know is not Future Farmers of America, it's just FFA.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about your successes in FFA. You are a first-year member, so
Yes.
I guess you're looking up to the things that she's done and has learned.
Yes, definitely.
What are you hoping to get out of it? Because you're not a farmer, right?
No.
You are not.
I joined mostly because of my friends who were involved in the program. They all kind of were like, come join this fun group we're in. And I really enjoy it. I've learned a lot of really new things. Like, I just recently did dairy judging on Tuesday, and I never would have knew what the name of the ankle-ish area of a cow. It's actually called a pastern, and I always would have gone, oh, that's the cow's ankle. So
I would have
I've
called
learned
it
a
a
lot
hoof,
of
but I
new
guess.
things.
Yeah, that's really very, very a strong statement because that's the best part about programs like
Yes.
this. Now, Elizabeth, you have been successful, and I recently judged the FFA district competitions that you had. I did not judge a category that you were in, but you got a first place.
Yeah, I got first place in the essay contest. This is my third year that I've placed first in that contest. So I'll go on and I'll compete at state again. I I also placed third place in Leadership Ambassador, which was like you do an interview and they look at your resume and that kind of thing to see how like you are at promoting the program and how you would be about promoting agriculture in general.
Okay. Well, again, we're going to wrap up the show here, but we want to highlight that next week is the plant sale at Southridge High School at the greenhouse, which is kind of in the back of school.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And it's Monday through Friday, and the hours again, and price ranges, and kind of some ideas of plants.
The hours are from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. School does go until 3:30, so students will be in and out at that point. But then after that, we'll be in there constantly. And then plants.
We have wave petunias, which are in pink, purple, red, white, and blue. Asparagus ferns,
Dracaena spikes.
Dracaena spikes, thank you. Impatiens, New Guinea impatiens, dusty millers, marigolds, vincas, coleuses, Gerber daisies, begonias, geraniums. We have those in two sizes, 6-inch and 10-inch. Good range of vegetables from tomatoes to peppers. Those are all 50 cents. Boston ferns and 10-inch hanging pots will be $10. And then tropical household plants will range from 4 inches to 10-inch pots and the price range is 50 cents to $10.
Okay, and these are all plants that were grown by the Southridge High School I'm sorry, not the FFA, the horticulture class,
Yes.
And the FFA is selling them. Ladies, thank you very much for being on the show. Hope you have a great plant sale next week, Monday through Friday. All right, our guests have been Sydney Altmeyer. She's a first-year FFA member and the president and the local chapter of the Southridge FFA, and also the district reporter for the whole district, and that is Elizabeth or Liz Brinkman. Thank you, ladies, for being on the show. Thank you for watching WJTS in.form. We are local people watching local people.